Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will. I streamed a couple days ago and I forgot to turn on the secondary preamp. I streamed for like 2 hours with no sound, playing the Indiana Jones game. And I almost think it was a sign from God because I was in an ill-bent mood. And all I did, shocker, was complain the entire time about He-Man, about the world, about the game. And what I didn't realize about the Indiana Jones game is they want you to, like, fight everybody. They just want you to be like a super soldier, I guess, where you can just, like, whoop everyone's ass. Pick up the batons and, like, God, is that Taylor Swift's mom? Holy shit. You know, I guess I'm going to try to not be a complete fucking asshole, but when I was in Los Angeles, I was bartending at the hotel, The Voice was staying there, and forgot who the girl was. I think she made it to the top 10 or the top 5. She was absolutely smoking, like smoking. And then her parents were at the bar, and her mom was this big ass lady, and the dad was just this plain dude. And I was just like, there's no way that these two people made one of the hottest chicks I've ever seen. Who knows? But there's some words of advice. If you want to get married to your girl, look at their mother, because that's what they're going to look like when they get older. Sure as shit, all my girlfriends end up looking like their mother. All right, that said, we're going to talk about the world a little bit, then we'll jump into this game that's very pedestrian, in my opinion. I've gotten fat. I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life. All right, what do we got going on here? Oh, Ye, our boy Ye, kissed the wall and took out a big ad in the New York Times or the Washington Post and apologized to the Israelis for him being so anti-Semitic. And our boy Andrew Tate also did the same thing. You can't say they run the world. I mean, shit. I mean, and even if they do, it's like, it shows that they're smart. Want to play the game? Play the game. They are our biggest allies, supposedly. All right, where is it? We'll come over to here. Musk under fire? What's Musk under fire for? Full page ad. We'll just come to the. I put on my headphones.
In the Wall Street Journal, Ye, the rapper formerly known as Kanye, is apologizing today for, in his words, reckless behavior. He took out this full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal.
Titled, "To Those I've Hurt," going on to say he is not a Nazi or an anti-Semite and that he loves Jewish people. You probably remember over the last few years, he said a lot of anti-Semitic things.
He writes like the most racist anti-Semitic song ever.
He had previously apologized.
Says he's not anti-Semitic. Just wants that money back. Get that money back, Ye.
Apology now. And in this ad, he says his behavior stems from an undiagnosed brain
Oh,
injury
yeah.
caused
No
by
accountability.
He was in 25 years ago.
Oh, my
We should know
God.
the timing of this
What a
here.
clown.
2 days before his 12th album is set to drop. Chloe Molas.
But you know what? I'm a firm believer. When someone apologizes, if they're sincere, you take it. But I had both my parents in my life, and I was raised correctly. Oh, is it complicated?
17 years. And
God, get a life.
CNN, I did, a really in-depth report at the time that Kanye had planned to name an album of his Hitler. I think that a lot of people are struggling with this public open letter, this apology coming from Kanye West, because like you pointed out, Hallie, he has apologized in the past. And in this, he writes, to those I've hurt, he says, bipolar disorder comes with its own defensive system.
Get the fuck out of here. Just sack up and own your shit. Just apologize.
But I will say that Kanye West, now Ye, he has said multiple times very publicly that he does not suffer from bipolar disorder. He's actually said that he suffers
He'll
from
flip.
autism, or that he has autism.
Autism.
He
Give me a
has other
fucking
issues,
break
but
with
that
these
this
people.
was not one of them. So he was very public about saying that he did not suffer from bipolar disorder.
We'll see. We'll see if they accept it by the media coverage he gets. You allowed to say that? All right, what else was going on down here? What's my boy? Oh, what's Elon under fire for? Oh, yeah, what about that giant snowstorm that was an absolute nothing burger? People could bitch all they want. I think Taylor Swift is hot. She also, when they were doing The Voice and all the guests were staying at the hotel, she came in and fuck, this was 12 years ago? When was the first season of The Voice? Anyways, she was Taylor Swift, but she wasn't Taylor Swift. And she had like 4 bodyguards with her, and they like politicians had stayed there at the hotel too, right? The governor of California, I don't know who it was back then. The mayor came in, and every security guard had like a point. It was like they made like a square, and like they would be around him. But it's weird when you see celebrities sometimes. So if like she was standing in the lobby, or like where the lobby where like the food was served and stuff. I was the bartender, right? And when I looked out, so you had all these people, but as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh shit. It's like seeing a celebrity's weird. It's like when you see them up on the screen, and then when you see them in real life, like does something to you. But I again, who gives a shit? They're just people, right? But it is kind of weird. I met a bunch of celebrities out there. Some of them were cool. Some of them thought they were too cool for school. Those are the ones I was actually salty to. Oh, who is that? Who's the black guy? Terry Crews. Oh my God, that guy. Him and his wife came in. They wanted to nitpick everything, and the waiter had left. I'll just tell the story then. The waiter had left, and I hated waiting tables. I hated it, and the other waiter hadn't come in. When you're bartending, you're behind the bar. Like, being a bartender is fun. Being a waiter is like a fetch quest, right? So he had his posse or his entourage with him, and his wife wanted everything special. And I went back, and there was like one cook back there, and he was setting up everything for the nighttime, right? It was the slow hour. And he's like, look, bro, he's like, I can't do all this special shit. I was like, all right. So I went back out, and I was like, hey, sorry, we got one cook back there. We can't do all this special stuff. It has to be stuff ordered from the menu. And they looked at me like I had fucking shit in their fucking shoes. And they gave me like a 3% tip, or they gave me some god awful tip, and whatever, you can come after me. I keyed in a 25% gratuity, because I was like, one, I knew he wasn't going to check it, or his people were going to check it, right? And I was like, he's so busy. I mean, he's a movie star. Is he really going to take the time out of his day to just dispute a $25 tip? I mean, I guess. I mean, I was a little bit of a salty asshole because I didn't want to wait on table. I didn't give a shit who it was. It could have been fucking Tom Cruise. I don't feel like taking your fucking hamburger order. I don't give a shit. But if you're sitting at the bar and I'm making you like a pina colada or a Long Island iced tea, cracking you a Budweiser, yeah, sure, come over and I'll do that. But waiting tables is for the fucking birds, man. Can I have some mayonnaise? I need a refill. Can I get some ketchup? All right, there was something else I wanted to see here. Oh, there was this judge's house in South Carolina. Big ass, awesome house. And this judge like went against Trump, and his house caught fucking fire and like burned to the ground. And one of the comments said, Civil War. What if we're in it? Like, what if these are the first? Because you know what? These wars, Civil War just didn't, magically happen. Like, there's a Civil War. I mean, there's a gradual buildup. And with the tensions so high, is it not scrolling anymore? With the tensions so high right now, it could be Civil War. They're shooting these, I'm not even going to call them these agitators. I'm not going to call them protesters. They're shooting these agitators in Minnesota. And this is the thing. Minnesota never turns over their voting records. They have voted blue since like 1908. Even some liberal states have fluctuated from voting Democrat or Republican, and Minnesota has been blue for almost their entire existence from when calculating that stuff goes down. I hate getting out the phone. I got to do it. I got to see if this damn thing is even working. And I have no viewers, so no one will come into the chat to say, hey, dipshit, your sound's not on. Oh, Resident Evil 9 looks dope. So I got to finish this Indiana Jones, and then I think I'm going to play through Resident Evil 7, which was awesome. And I may play through Resident Evil 4 to get ready for Resident Evil 9. I'm not going to play through 8 because I thought 8 was kind of a mediocre piece of shit. Is it working? It's working! Looking rough, dude. I'm growing my beard out, though. I look like an old man. Oh, my God. I went and did trivia last week. This girl had the most flawless ass I think I've ever seen in person. I'm an ass guy. And her ass was like, it was like perfect. You look, every chick has a different ass, like a unique ass, right? Her face was about a 7.8, maybe 7.88. She was smoking. Old enough to be her father, probably, but she looked about 25. What was I looking up here? Where's the judge's house burns down? Yeah, like right after he voted against something Trump did, his house burned down. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe Trump is like heading towards being like a dictator, right? But they all are, whoever's in charge. But I'm so glad that it's Trump and not these just degenerate libtards, man. I mean, they, them, gender neutral bathrooms. It's just like we've entered clown world. Oh, I heard a great quote the other day. If you took a Democrat from 100 years ago and dropped them into the political spectrum today, they would be called a Republican. If you took a Democrat from today and dropped them back into the political system 100 years ago, they'd lock them up in a nut house. And no shit. Men can't give birth. Men shouldn't be competing against women in sports. It's just clown world. Giving children puberty blockers and allowing them to self-mutilate themselves. History is not going to be kind to these people. And this radicalism has wiped out the moderate Democrats. I used to be a Democrat. And then I opened my eyes. I'm not one of these guys that's just blindly loyal to my party. I'm not going to be Republican forever. I'm not going to be a liberal forever. I mean, look at this sick house just burned. All right. I'm yammering here a little bit. Let's go.
We are.
Oh, my God. Really?
With low prices store-wide.
Oh, my God. I hate ads.
Circuit judge's home burned to the ground. Video shows the beach home on
Look at
flames
that.
on a barrier island just south of Charleston. Authorities say 3 people are injured and had to be rescued from the backyard by kayak.
Look at that gorgeous house rescued by kayak.
Aaron has the details. So, Aaron, what's the latest here?
Can't decide if she's hot or not.
So right now, authorities in South Carolina
Look at this guy.
are investigating what caused this explosion.
What happened? This
Incredible
explosion,
fire
Billy.
At the judge's home. And they're trying to understand whether there are any nefarious circumstances or whether this was more accidental.
Accidental, my ass.
But
Look
it
at
was,
that.
Diane. As you said, people jumped from the house, from an elevated window, and then had to be rescued by kayak. You see the water adjacent to the home in order to make it to safety. We are
Probably trying to whack his family, sending a message.
The full circumstances.
That looks
The judge
awesome.
was not at home at the time, but her husband was. There may have been some kids or grandkids there. And
Damn.
So the family is certainly lucky to have made it out alive, even if there were some injuries there.
This guy's got a hilarious look. Look at this dude.
I think they want to determine the cause, certainly, and then see whether
Thanks,
there had been any
buddy.
Threats that the judge had been.
How is the iPhone footage better than like the other shit?
Work on the bench, or whether it was some kind
They filmed it with like a VHS tape on that other one?
Haven't really made that clear. We've heard, though, from the judicial branch in South Carolina, they say they are monitoring closely.
I need to get laid. I'm wound too tight.
Because if it does turn out to be arson, and it does turn out to be related to the judge's work on the bench, that's something that the court is going to want to know. In the meantime, the judicial branch in South Carolina has increased security for all judges in the system.
Aaron,
they should have a bodyguard anyway.
In South Carolina, an investigation is underway into a fire at a house believed to be owned by a state
All right.
judge. The fire tore through the home in Edisto.
We already watched it. Future news. Is it arson? Will they catch the arson? I mean, that is a beautiful house. Who knows? Maybe he tortured himself. Maybe he couldn't pay the rent anymore. Guess it wouldn't be a rent. It'd be a mortgage. Whatever. Fuck you. Yeah, what are they doing with this chick? You know what? These chicks used to be hot. I used to think she was really hot. They start to age, and all the hotties I've hooked up with. And not saying that I'm any gem, but it just sucks that we can't be like vampires and like just like hit 27 or 33 and just stay there. Thank God I got my hair. Thank God I got good genes. I'll be able to get in like dynamite shape this summer. If I actually do something. Do something! But like all my married friends, huge guts, kind of fat. Aside from a couple of my single friends are in the best shape, actually. Because, you're not eating, you're not your wife, you're not home cooking. You want to look good when you want to go out and meet some other chicks. But see, the reason I look like shit right now is because I don't care. Like I can't listen to the nagging. What are we going to do? What are we going to do today? What's for breakfast? Oh, we got to do this. We got to do that. You don't love me anymore. It's like, God, shut the fuck up. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I know all these young kids, you want to chase it around. Yeah, 'cause it feels amazing, but you get all the courtship. The only really great part in a relationship is that first month when it's like new and it's fresh and it's like, fuck, you get all wrapped up in the emotions. I think that's why a lot of chicks cheat and step out. They want to keep getting this. It's probably like heroin. I've never done heroin, but they say like you do that first one and you're constantly like chasing that high. And I think that's what a lot of people chase that high with. One of my exes like reaches out to me. She's the batshit crazy one. She's an idiot. I'm like, why are you texting me? And then we get into it. She literally, I haven't seen this girl in 5 years. She shoots me some random text. And we like instantly like just start getting into it. Like we started bitching at each other. It's like the epitome. What does that say about me? I mean, what does that say about how immature I am? I mean, but I am getting ready to play a video game. What else was I going to look up? You know what? I should do this every day and just come in here and turn the thing on and just start bitching because I don't necessarily, I've said this before, I don't mind being on camera, but I don't have that desire to be like, look at me, but it is fun to get on here and just bitch about shit. You got the monitors and stuff, you got the mic and the camera. But I'm lazy. I mean, I could wake up, just come in here, get my coffee, turn it on, just start bitching. But I'm kind of energized right now. I've had some soda. Took one of these little energy bars. What was I going to look up? Trump federalizes large parts of California after a long federal investigation found massive evidence that Newsom and Democrats deliberately burned down the Palisades so the land could be stolen from the residents. Oh my God, dude. Of course they did. Of course they burned the shit down. They burned it down in Maui. Or not Maui. Hawaii. What island was it? Was it Maui? Damn it. I gotta do it. Was it Maui? Oh, the Super Bowl. We gotta talk about that. My poor Rams. My poor Rams. Where was it? What island was it? What island were the fires on? Fires in Hawaii probably affected the islands of Maui. I was right, Maui. But this is what they're doing. I am a huge conspiracy theorist. We didn't land on the moon. COVID vaccine doesn't heal you. 9/11 was an inside job. I mean, I can go on forever. Charlie Kirk was an inside job. These fires, they went and they offered this. All these billionaires, they went and they offered the residents. They're like, "Hey, we'll give you $1 million for your land," or like this. But these people were like, "No, this is our fucking home, man." And God bless those people. They're like, "No, this is our home. We want to stay here." And these fires just nuked everything. And I'm a firm believer. You know those blue tops? Anything like a blue top was like fine. And then some of the people, some young dude, God bless him, he had his family at the police, and everyone were like, "Stop, no, you can't go, stop." And he was like, "Fuck you." And he just zipped around, and you know what? They lived. I'd be that person, be like, "Fuck you." I mean, you're just going to get in line. Yeah, hey, give me the vaccine. Oh, the TV says it's safe. Oh, but that guy, that doctor was saying it's not that safe. Oh, what happened to him? Oh, they canceled him. Oh, and they canceled him too. My friend had a great quote. He goes, I was like, "Why don't you get the vaccine anymore?" He's like, "Because I want something that's going to last longer than me walking out from the restaurant to the fucking parking lot." Oh, Trump with his MAGA hat. I got that one. Yeah, let's see this. Going 22 minutes. I guess this is what people would call the opening, right? See what it says, baby. Oh, he's going to talk. Let's hear it.
Addressing state and local failures to rebuild Los Angeles after wildfire disasters. And then Trump goes through how they lied, how they said they let people rebuild, how they're not letting anybody rebuild, how they've already gotten all this state and federal funding, how they're sitting on it. Then Trump gives the powers he has when they have accepted money to then come in if they misuse it. And the authorities talks about the 400,000 acres of homes and businesses.
Yeah, these people are clowns, dude. I lived out there. Like, it is. I've never been in a place where it's like, hurry up and wait. The city moves so fast, but it's hurry up and wait. Like, it took me forever to get a job when I moved out there. And then, what was I going to say? That reservoir, they specifically had this reservoir to hold all this water in case there was a giant fire. Real convenient that it's empty, right? Of course, it's a land grab. I mean, look what this is another thing. Everyone, like, it was like, "Oh, you're such a conspiracy theory. You're such an idiot." Look what they did to the Indians. They just came over and they had the guns and they're like, "Yeah, you know what? This is our shit." Oh, boom, 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 boom. They just dusted them, pulled out their guns, killed the Indians, gave them smallpox blankets, and they took the land. It's been going on for thousands of years. And now everyone's like, "Oh, mankind would never do that. We would never do that. We're a good, wholesome people. Get the fuck out of here." You think evil just doesn't exist anymore? They burned all that property to the ground. And in Los Angeles, so they're going to build their smart cities. All those rich people, they were like, they didn't care. Mel Gibson, all those high rollers. I dated a chick that had a house out there. And, you know what? burn that relationship to the ground, no pun intended. But her mom had a house that was like right there on the Pacific Coast Highway. It was sick. Had like an infinity pool on it, and they like rented it. It was nasty. But if that thing burned to the ground, there's something definitely shady, because it was the houses that were there were like spread out from each other. Why did I break up with her, might you ask? She was cheating. Went through her phone. If you want to find out about your partner, how loyal they are, you get access to that phone. Now, I don't know how easy it is today. You're going to have to know the password, I guess. But this was when they had the thumbprint. So I moseyed her thumbprint onto that thing. I thought about it. If I'd had to do it now, like, how would you do it? I think you would have to pry their eyes open, right? And then scan it. Which, I mean, if she was completely shit-faced, maybe I would have been able to do it. But anyways, I went through the phone, started texting these on WhatsApp, started texting these guys. She went over to Greece and where'd she go? Yeah, where did she go? I think she went to Greece and Italy. Maybe? I think she went to Italy. Anyways, hooked up with this French dude, this Italian guy, and started acting like her. And I was texting him. I said, hey, how did we meet? You know, and he's like, why you think of me? I'm going to tell you fast with this. And I was like, I'm drunk and I'm in bed alone. And he kept being like a gentleman and like, oh, I loved holding your hands and walking. I'm like, boring. And he goes, oh, you want the dirty talk? And I was like, yes, please. I'm in bed alone. And I was just thinking about how much fun and romantic it was when I was with you. And this guy just went down the rabbit hole on every detail about what they did together. And then, I mean, it's funny as shit. It's going in my book. And she hooked up with this guy. And then I'm a big proprietor of using condoms. I mean, if you're going to have a one-night stand, you better use a condom, especially if you're going to come back and hook up with me. And if I was going to cheat on my girlfriend, I would at least wear a condom. I'm not going to catch herpes or chlamydia or something and bring it back into the bedroom. But then I was like, did we use a condom? And he was like, no, but I promise you I'm clean and all this shit. And I woke her up, cussed her out. I said, get the fuck out of my house. And but this is funny, right? So what kind of asshole am I? So the day she was she was also traveling with her best friend's nephew. And this kid was like, even though it was a nephew, this kid was like 29 years old, good looking dude, sleeve tattoos, right? And they were going to Greece first, just the two of them. And then they were meeting the rest of the girls in Italy like a week later. And I'm like, yes, I was a complete simp at this time of my life, right? So I'm standing there, and she had this like hypoallergenic dog. That means it like doesn't shed, and like people that have like allergic reactions to dogs, you could have this dog, right? It was like this $5,000 dog. And I'm sitting there holding the dog outside the house, and it was really foggy in LA. It's usually never foggy, but it was like really foggy. And, well, I guess it is foggy a lot in the morning, but it burns off, right? But on this morning, it was like really particularly foggy. And I was like, are you sure you want to be in a committed relationship? And she's like, God, you're so insecure. Why do you bring this? You're really bringing this up right now. You're bringing this really up right now before I'm leaving. And I was like, look, you're traveling with this dude. I go, just give me a break. I'd rather you shoot me straight. But you know what it was? She didn't want me to be hooking up with any chicks while she was gone. That was the bottom line, right? So she guilt trips me. Dude shows up. He's wearing like this sleeveless Kobe Bryant t-shirt, right, or jersey, and he grabs her luggage, just like, what's up, dude? I'm like, what's up? There's like a little bit of this tension, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm traveling with your girl to whatever. I mean, it's so pathetic. I was so pathetic. But you know what? I tried to be the bigger guy. I tried to be like, yeah, you know what? Sure, go travel with this dude. Chicks can be loyal, right? So I'm fuming. They get into the car. she's almost got tears in her eyes because she's like, you just think I'm a whore. I'm going to sleep around. She gets into the car, and I'm holding the dog, and the Uber drives off, and the headlights are like lost in the fog, right? It's like 8 in the morning. Walk in the house. It's about 8:30 now because we were standing outside. I put the dog down. I was almost in tears because I was like so whipped on this chick, right? I put the dog down and I start making an espresso, and I hear my phone ching. And I knew it wasn't her, right? Just because I just knew. I was like, who the hell is texting me at 8:30 in the morning? I made the espresso, turned my phone over, and it was my ex-girlfriend, right? My ex-girlfriend, and she said, wake up, what are you doing? Text me or call me, it's urgent. Okay, mind you, I hadn't seen this girl in like 6 months, right? I was like, what timing, right? This is a Friday morning, mind you. So I responded back. I said, I'm drinking an espresso, and yes, I'm awake. What is so urgent? Dead to rights. Her next text I got said, I need you to come over and fuck me. And I was like, don't you live with your boyfriend? She's like, he just left for Palm Springs for a golf tournament. And I was like, all right, I'll take a shower and I'll head over. So I take a shower, finish my coffee, get in my car, go over to her place. We start drinking Bloody Marys and listening to music. And I'm fucking her before my girlfriend even is on her flight over to Greece. So, who's the simp? Am I really that much of a simp? Nah. But you know what? Kiss my ass. Because I ended up being right, and I felt bad about it. I felt bad about it in that moment. The sex was great, right? And I hung out with her for like 24 hours. It was amazing. And then I kind of felt bad about it. Then when I went through her phone, I was completely justified. You know, the 2 times I've cheated, I felt really bad about it, but ended up being justified because they both said, you know what? They all fucking cheat. Everyone cheats. I don't want to hear it. You know, maybe you got some magical unicorn relationship, but human beings, we cheat. It's in our nature, you know. Chicks cheat because they're not emotionally getting what they want from their guy, or they just want to cheat, right? But then, like, dudes are more calculated. Dudes will be like, oh, it just happens. That's great. But I'm not going to piss away my family and all this shit and get into a relationship, lose half my shit. Because dudes are more calculated. It's like, if I had a wife and kids in a house, you know, I'm not going to be stepping out. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to risk losing my kids. I'm not going to risk losing half my shit. Chicks are like, fuck you. I'll cheat. Kick you out of the house. Take half your shit. Oh, Dankeschön. All right, let's listen to this real quick. About these fires.
You know, the deliberately horrible job that they've done, how they've destroyed these people, and how the federal government within weeks had approved all the rebuilding, the money, everything. But the governor declared an emergency and took control of it. So Trump is saying, no, you're not in control, and now we're going to pay the people directly. And he orders the federal agencies to do it. Trump is on the offense. I have harped on this. Many others have. It was not incompetence that burned down the Palisades. It was not incompetence that burned down Lahaina in Maui. They tried to turn it into a 15-minute city with Bill Gates running it. They voted no. They left all the brush up, left the power lines on when high wind came, denied them the water from the reservoir the month before.
Boom!
To fill their firefighting reservoir, plenty of water there, burned it down. And I said, next will be something like the Palisades, because it was the next most expensive real estate other than Palm Beach in Florida. And we knew that they, for decades, the fire department said, cut the brush. They hadn't cut it in 40 years. Around the power lines. And you're supposed to cut the power to the power lines when the high winds come. They normally did that. Didn't do that in January.
Good for Trump. Good for Trump.
And it goes on and on. They drained the reservoir that was built just for fire, 76
million
gallons.
76 million gallons. They emptied it. It's bullshit. How do you people buy this?
2 weeks ago, they say on the state website and in federal filings that the reservoir is operating and full of water. It's drained. We have footage of that.
Exactly.
What is wrong with them?
Look at this. Look at this
They want it
bullshit.
to happen again. After all of this, there's nothing in the reservoir.
Are you fucking kidding me? After all the shit burned, there's still no water in the reservoir? Okay, there's one of two things. It's either A, they didn't damage all the houses already. They want to clean slate, get all of them, get the ones that they didn't get. Or two, maybe they know. It's like, hey, we already did the shit. We don't need it filled up. This is unbelievable that these sons of bitches don't have water in the reservoir. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
Goodness.
Look at that giant thing built to save people.
The houses that survived, they want them gone
and
too.
properties. Yeah, that's it.
Crazy. So what does it tell you that it's empty, Mike?
I wish it told me something. They said they were going to fill it. They started filling it. And then, the CEO of the Department of Water and Power decided to drain it again. They keep talking about drinking water. I don't know who's drinking water out of there or why they keep talking about this drinking water. That reservoir was built for one reason and one reason only: protect our community in case of a fire.
God, these people are the epitome of evil, draconian. Look at these fucking clowns. This bitch is a fucking clown.
And again,
DEI hire.
7 years before, bought the little energy co-op that all the people paid for in Maui that just serves a few towns right there. And they said,
What a joke.
A few years before the fire, they said, we're not investing in anything carbon. We're not fixing power lines. We're not cutting brush. It's for the earth. They even said that. Knowing when the high winds finally came and the power lines fell, goodbye. Same thing with the Palisades.
The Palisades.
Alex Jones, who has the largest
All right,
country, bigger than any
that was fun.
Networks, the biggest megaphone.
See, I don't even know. Are you allowed to show this kind of stuff on YouTube? I mean, technically it's commentary. But you know what? No one's watching my shit, so they don't give two shits. But I guarantee you, I get any kind of an audience and I start playing this shit, they'll be like, no, you can't do that. What else is I going to look up? Let's come back here. This woman is worth $40 million. She just comes to the United States, gets a job in politics, and is worth $40 million. Come on. Come on. And that's the reason all that Minnesota fraud's going on, or all that violence is going on in Minnesota right now. It's because they don't want the digging on the fraud that's being exposed. All this distraction with the ICE and stuff, they're like, do it. They're trying to get their shit organized. They're burning, shredding files, delete. Just unbelievable. First Amendment doesn't cover terrifying children. Going to go to war with Iran. You know what? I kind of gotta realize life is supposed to be fun. I mean, I'm not working as hard as I want to. I can't stand this fucking guy. Life is supposed to be fun, man. You know, I'm one of these people. It's like, do you want to work your entire life just to like get old and like retire? That just doesn't sound fun to me. I'd rather almost be poor and live like a pauper and kind of like not have a boss every day than to work my ass off and live in like a super nice house. That's why I've tried to like make movies and maybe do this creative shit. I'm writing this book right now. It's like, you know, I'd love to have a great fun job, but unfortunately you need money to survive in this world and it sucks. I saw this great quote. When you're working, you don't have time to make money. I just thought it was a great quote. All right, let's turn this game on here and blaze through this game while I still have the Game Pass, because I'm not doing that anymore. Because I don't play the games. So the game, I thought I've got mixed opinions about this Indiana Jones game. I think the voice acting's great. I think the graphics are great. I wasn't sure on how you had to do the fighting. Fighting's like, I think they want you to be like Superman, I guess, and like try to fight everyone, kick their ass. What do you think of my little cheap headset here? I like the fact that they look. Resident. Oh, I know what we didn't do. I was gonna bag on He-Man, but whatever. That's old news now. That He-Man movie looks like such a pile of shit. I can't stand it when they're in Earth and then they take the hero boy or the hero girl and they bring them to the fantasy land. It's like, oh, you're the chosen one. Hey, man, I was just flipping burgers at McDonald's, man. Shit, you're the hero. Oh, another thing, we'll tell you a little fireman, my buddy fireman that I play Call of Duty with. He and I got into it. He was like getting into it with me about the snowstorm, and he calls me an idiot, right? This is the prime example of some people. He calls me an idiot. I start making fun of him, like, oh, you're going to be this sucker, you're going to fall for this snowstorm and all this shit. And he starts getting salty with me, like, he goes, you're an idiot. And he was like, he goes, you're the most miserable conspiracy theorist person I've ever met. You need to get laid. He is right on that. But he was like, you're just a miserable, like. And then so he called me an idiot, right? So I'm like, okay, you buy 9/11, you buy the vaccine, you buy all this shit. I was like, you're the idiot, right? And I called him like an idiot 3 times. He goes, yeah, that's the last time you called me an idiot, right? So he was this guy that he's like a chick, dude. He can sit here and call me an idiot, but I turn around and call him an idiot. Oh, his little feelings are hurt. So I've just been like raking him over the coals. But you know what? He gives a shit. He'll come back around. If he's a true friend, we'll play again. But we haven't been playing that Call of Duty because that Call of Duty is a pile of shit. They ruined it. There's no Car 98. It just doesn't feel right. And they just change it. It's like as soon as you like get settled into it, they release a new one and they shit the bed. Like that Call of Duty is trash. It's like I missed the Car 98. And it wasn't even that good. But like 2 years ago, the game was in like the best state. They release it. They release the new crap, and it never works at launch. That's the thing about that Battlefield. It worked at launch. All right, how long have I been doing this? 40 minutes of whining and bitching. I miss my dad, man. If anyone out there, if your parents are still alive, enjoy the time you have with them, because when they're gone, I was real fortunate that my dad lived as long as he did, but man, it sucks, dude. It's like your best friend, your parent. Now it's like it's older. I want to like talk to him about some things, and he's not here. He loved Indiana Jones. Really, he was a great dad, supportive of everything I did, even though if he didn't agree with it. Miss you, Dad. All right, we got going on here. Indiana Jones included with Game Pass. All right, so I guess I'm going to have to fill you guys in on what happened last time. Is we were at the Vatican, because I'm not going back and replaying it. We were at the Vatican, and I had to walk down into some catacombs, and I talked to this, like, priest guy that's, like, Indy's friend. And he gives me a camera. You got to get a camera, and you got to walk around. You got to take pictures of these 4, not relics. They're like scribes or like scribbles. Like it was like art in like the Sistine Chapel in like the Vatican City. So you take these 4 pictures, and then you got to get back to this guy. So this is where we're at right now in the game. So you didn't miss much, right? And I was bitching a lot, and I kind of didn't have it down. So you got to actually fight all these guys. That's what I'm realizing. The game wants you to fight people. So I thought it was more like realistic, that they wanted you to like sneak around. But I guess you're Indian. You can just kick the shit out of like 20 people at a time. Just thinking it was too real. All right. So now we talk to this priest guy, and I guess we're still in the costume, and here we are. I have no idea. I have no idea what we're doing. Getting ahead. I'm already getting motion sickness. I don't know why this game makes me sick. Enter the Tower of Nicholas V. Aha. What could be found under the tower, Indy? Oh, that's right. I mean, this game is just so boring to me, dude. You want me to take a picture? All right, so here's the camera. Fix it. All right. What's up, ladies? A little black and white. Let's go. All right, where's the tower at, man? I can't believe the weather we're having today. Oh, yeah, it's I told this on the last stream, but I got this at the Sistine Chapel gift shop, and it's going to sound bad, but I grabbed a couple crosses, other crucifixes, and I'd stuck this one into my pocket, right? I paid for the other ones, right? Bless you. And as I was leaving, they're like, come on, we're getting on the bus. I reached into my pocket. I realized that this crucifix was in my pocket, and I stole it. I was like, I got to go back to the gift shop. She's like, no, we're getting on the bus. We're going to be like, I was like, I have to go back to the gift shop. And she goes, why? I go, I didn't pay for this. She goes, it's fine. You bought the other ones. I go, I'm not stealing from the Sistine Chapel. I'm not stealing from the holiest city on the planet. I ran back in. I even cut in line. And I paid for this crucifix. It says Italy on the back of it, right? It was like $4 or $5. And I was the last one on the bus. And Gavino, he's like, Gavino, what you doing? What takes you so long? He's like, da, 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 da. I was like, I had to pay at the gift shop. He's like, wait, well, it's you. Your fault that we're late. Are these streams even is it even entertaining? I don't know if playing the video games is the way to go. I think bitching about the news and stuff. Whoa. God dang it. Now, can you get away? I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun playing this game. I don't give a shit about the story. I couldn't tell you what I'm looking for, like the circle of life, the Ark of the Covenant. You know out the gate you're looking for the Ark of the Covenant. The Last Crusade, you know out the gate that you're looking for the Cup of Christ, you know? I have no idea what I'm looking for in this game. I know some big giant Ethiopian guy stole something and kicked your ass. And he dropped some pennant. And now I'm here. Like, just It's kind of the way my stream went last time. I was bitching the whole time. You know what? I just got to embrace it. I'm just a bitch. I complain about shit. When something's awesome, I give it credit. When something's not awesome, go this way. All right, it says it's right there. All right, let's go. Hold my hand. I want the game to kind of hold my hand. I want to be done with it. I kind of want to get back into like games that I like Resident Evil, Battlefield, Arc Raiders, maybe. Yes, hold my hand. Tell me where to go because I don't care. Pistole. Like, I don't know, like, who's bad, like, who's going to notice me, and then... Yeah. Like, I don't know which guys are going to turn red and, like, go after me. So funny. It's only when I start playing the game. Oh, I know why it's getting hotter in here. Because the Xbox is on. Tower of Nicholas. All right. Hey, what's up, guys? All right, so we're in the tower, and we got to go downstairs, right? So that's what the thing was telling us to do. It's kind of cool. All right, let's get the camera out. All right, this actually looks kind of cool. All right, can I go this way? All right, I don't know. Is that a bad guy? I mean, how do I... Requires the sewer key. All right, what are we betting? Is the key down here? Or what are we betting? Does the guy have the key? We gotta jack him. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like what's real? The music is great. It's got a very John Williams feel to it. All right. Do we think it's just something as simple as like knocking that guy out and taking the key? There we go, yeah. Statues? This is cool. It's like a Medusa shit. Great voice acting. What other game did you have to use a camera? It's driving me crazy. What other... All right, pour a little blood in this thing. I have no idea how that would work exactly. That's pretty cool. Can we go up? I want to go up. How do I get the Wait a minute. All right, let's how do I get to my goodies? Sort of thing. You gotta talk the whole time. When you're doing these streams, that's what I've noticed. All these best streams, you gotta talk the whole time. Like, and I got the gift of gab. I mean, I can sit here and talk the whole time, but it's just like, where's my shit? What do I... Whoa. That scared the shit out of me. Looks like we can go up. I can see just fine right now. So what's he talking about? Or I guess you can only go up. You go down. Watch me die right here. I don't know, Indy. That's a pretty big jump. Can you make it that far? Oh, look at them shoes. God. There we go. Secret, baby. Give me the helmet. Lost artifact. Parade helmet. Gold leaf parade helmet made in the 14th century BC by the culture of the collect. All right. This voice actor is great. Let the motion sickness commence. Indy. All right, now I'm starting to get hot and a little motion sickness. That Resident Evil 7 awesome game came out 10 years ago. Looks better than this. So what does that say? Are we on the bottom here? Map unlocked. Did I pick up the map? See, that's another thing. Like, you go up there to get that helmet, like, has nothing to do with anything. He says I need a light, but everything's fine right now. All right, yep. Give me the torch. All right, how do I light it, Indy? How do I light the damn shit? No. Did I miss something? How do you light it? Not my journal. It's not the books. Did I miss something? How do you light? There's got to be a way to light this shit on fire. I got an idea. Hey, Siri. How do you light torches in the circle of life, Indiana Jones? Want to have some flint? I've got an idea. No. Where was my room? Go. Oh, I know. Grab the candle, right? Hey! The big brains on Brad. My dumbass trying to light the torch. Don't drop the candle, Indy. There we go. Getting motion sickness, dude. Cool if the candle actually burned. I light this shit. I've always wondered, like, what they used back in the day to light torches. I mean, it had to be some kind of, was it kerosene? Was it animal fat? I mean, what did they? You know what? We'll just learn something. We'll actually sit here and see if people can learn something. What did they use to light torches? What did they use to burn this long ago? Just spelled everything. Okay. Might be a stupid question, but how did they make those torches burn? Might be a stupid question, but how did they make those long burning torches back in the Middle Ages? Rushlights were made by taking the pith or core of a single rush and coating it with grease. Where did the grease come from? Was it animal fat? Rush pith acted like a wick. A simple and cheap candle. And saturated with fat. Or non-rushes. What, We don't really know, honestly. The archaeologist's record of torches wouldn't be exactly rich. It's not exactly made of durable, long-lasting materials. They probably used pitch and tar as the fuel. I hate Reddit. What did they use to burn torches with in the Middle Ages? Come on, AI. Come on. It's struggling. What did medieval torches burn? Fires. Used iron to do the spark. Butane or propane in today's day and age. I guess it would have had to have been animal fat, right? Oh, yeah, here's another thing. So let me get this straight. Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Fame coach, but Shitter Sandals is a Pro Bowl QB. Yeah, Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Some kind of grievance against that guy. Oh, forgive me, for I have sinned. Wants the bottle of wine. I mean, couldn't you pour... Solve the puzzle. Sacred Wounds puzzle. All right. Couldn't you pour water down the shit? Or like milk? All right. What's going on here? Gotta be some kind of... Oh, more pouring of the wine. Damn it. Oh, that's how I get to my satchel. I suck at games. I'm such a clown. All right, repair kit. Key. Ammo. It's like blood. Our buddy did bless... He did bless the wine, so... All right, 2. Oh, shit. Indy? I mean, it looks like a urinal. All right, give us the next number. 2. Wasn't the other one 2? Getting a headache, bro. Glad it does that for you. Damn. Punk. Never-ending bottle of wine here. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. So 3, 2, 2. Go. All right. Starting to sweat. I'm starting to get motion sickness. It was 2, 2, and 3, right? Surprised they were allowed to make a game like this. Today's age. Everyone's so anti-Christianity. Four. So am I missing something? It's just open the door. They told me to get my camera, so what does it want me to do? Oh, they were terrified when they saw him walk on the water? Yeah, this is where, like, some of my buddies actually believe that he walked on water and, like, did all this shit, like the Ark. I'm like, all right, let's get real. Oh, believe that she got pregnant by an immaculate conception? I don't buy that, but I do think maybe Jesus was like the first like celebrity, like if he was like put here by aliens or God or whatever you want to call it, but so it's 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. All right. So which one's which is the question. So 2, right? It was 2, 2, 4, right? Yeah. So which one's which? So that's 2, 2, 4, right? 2, 2, 4, and then what was over here? 3. I'm really getting motion sick. No. Four. All right, so which one am I missing, though? I guess there's only one more. All right, so I guess that's... Oh, my God, I'm getting motion sickness, man. And how would this one be? This would be 2, right? My God, I'm sick, dude. I'm getting nauseous. I can't play. It's getting me motion sick. Need a save spot. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, 3. God. I'm motion sick. I don't think I can go on. 2. 2. 3. Come on, man. Four. 3. 'Where do I start? I gotta stop. Jesus is right. So 2. 2. 3. 2. 2. 2. 3. 'Can't. Sick. Too motion sick to do this shit. I'll have to come back to it. Where's it going to start me? Good. You know. All right, good. I'm here. No one's watching anyway, but I am motion sick. Holy shit. Just like that. It's going to come to an end. Hour and 21 minutes. I forgot to change it to the fucking game. I am an absolute moron. Oh my God. Well, it looks like we're playing it again. No one's watching anyway. I cannot believe this dumb scatterbrain. I forgot to change the damn game. All right. Until next time. Peace.